Okay, so we're gonna get started. I'll guide you through some things. I also, guys, give you just like a little bit, in case you've never been on one of my working Zooms, I'll give you a little bit of how I do it, and then we'll get to work together. So the first thing that we're going to work on is our birthdays. And a lot of times what I will do is not send a birthday message on the day of a birthday. I actually will send it a day early, 2 days early, a day late. Right now I'm a little behind on birthdays, so I'm sending them late. The reason I do that is because people get so many messages on their birthday. And a lot of times they don't get around to reading them all or things like that. So if you're early, it's awesome. If you can't be early, be late. It'll make you like stand out a little bit more, and maybe not the day after, but like 2 days after. And so what I will do is I will go through and I'll look at all my birthdays. If you have a maxed out friends list or you're getting close to being maxed out, a really good practice is a great time to unfriend some people who are not your ideal client, your avatar. You don't need to be friends with them anymore, including fellow thrivers. You know, that is one thing. Like, we can all follow each other, but we don't have to necessarily be friends, because we want to be friends with people who we're trying to get to know, right? So that's one of the first things I do. And then I will go, like, let's say that I'm going to Veretta's page. It's her birthday. I will post on her page, happy birthday, or happy belated, or happy early birthday, Veretta, and I tag her. And then I will add like a GIF or something, like something funny, right? So it stands out a little bit more than just saying happy birthday. Then I will direct message them and say something along the lines of, happy early birthday. What are you doing to celebrate? I always ask them a question, and then say something funny that fits your personality, or, something you want to ask something back. Also, during this process, if it is someone I'm like, oh my gosh, Melissa is my ideal client. Like, I want to get to know Melissa. I want to be able to help Melissa. I know Melissa's going to love to thrive, but me and Melissa and I don't know each other. Okay. We've never conversated, or if we have, it hasn't been over lunch, right? So if I do that, I will put Melissa on a follow-up system. Now, whatever you use for your organization, awesome. Put them on that follow-up system. If you don't have one, I'm going to plug Trello. I love it. And so I'll plug Melissa's name into Trello, and I'll say, oh, it's Thursday. I'm going to follow up with Melissa next Thursday. Because guess what? Melissa may ghost me. She may never even say anything to me. She may not see my message. She may see it and she's too busy to answer. I'm going to follow back up with Melissa because I want to now get to know her. So this is a way to get leads. Another thing that I am trying this month, jury's still out if it's going to work or not. But what I am doing, because I did take advantage of the buy two, get one free, the BOGO, the buy one, get one free, whatever it was. So I have some extra product, not necessarily 3 steps, but I have other extra products. So I will say, if I really want to get someone's attention, I will say, hey, I'm mailing out some samples next Monday for birthdays. Like, I would love to drop something in the mail to you. What are 2 or 3 things that you need to change in how you feel every day? Guess what? I may pop them and activate in the mail. I may throw a thirst in there. Okay. The whole point is I'm getting to know what their pain points are by sending them a free gift. I may not ever end up sending them a free gift, because we may get into the conversation and I may say, hey, I'd rather give you $25 in credits for your first 30 days of the Thrive experience, because I know that's going to impact those 3 things that you need. So that's sort of how the conversation will go. And that may take me 3 days, and it may take me 3 months. It really just depends. But part of why we do birthday messages, it's not just to say happy birthday. It is truly to be able to start to engage with people and to get to know them. It is the easiest way to get into someone's inbox besides their stories. All right. So I hope that was helpful. If you guys have any questions, you can drop them in the chat and I'll answer them after we get through this round. But I'm going to set the timer and we're going to go wish some people happy birthday.
Guys, how do you find out whose birthday is coming up? I usually only see the ones that, they tell me, hey, such and such's birthday is today.
Yep. If you go all the way down to the very, very bottom, it will say birthdays, like you click on the link and it takes you, it's under events. If you can find your events tab, I'm on my computer doing it, so I don't know how to get to it from the phone because I always do it from my computer. But you can also, like at the top, you could just search birthdays, and then you'll see this little section that says upcoming birthdays. You sort of have to scroll down, but it is under events, and then it's like events, calendar, birthdays, discover events.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey guys, those of you who just joined, we are working on birthday messages. We have about 5.5 minutes left. Okay, you guys, the time is up. It goes by so fast, right? All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to hop over to stories and go into stories. And you really want to focus on non-thriver stories, but sometimes you may run out of stories. So just go through your stories. One of the things I always like to do is I take the stories and I swipe all the way to the left because usually the stories that you look at the most populate closer to your front. So if you swipe them all the way over, you'll get to the stories that you probably least see first, and then work your way sort of backwards, if that makes sense. Good practice for stories is to engage, but to engage with a question that is an open-ended question. So you're not asking a question that's closed-ended, and that means like there's an answer, yes or no. Like, did you have a good day? Yes or no. You know, you'd be like, what was the best thing that happened in your day today? Or, you know, if they're posting something about their life, like ask them a question about it. A genuine question, something that you really care to know. Like, don't be spammy or weird or fake about it, but just ask a question, a general question that you're wanting to get to know. So the good thing about that is it goes directly to their inbox. And that is what is so great about it. So we're going to spend 8 minutes doing that, and then I will pop back in. If you guys have any questions, again, you can type them in the chat and I will answer them. Or you can unmute. You can always unmute yourself and ask. Okay, you guys, time is up. All right, so what we're gonna do, you're welcome, Alyssa. Um, there may be a way, but I didn't see one just glancing at it. Hiding stories is what she was asking about. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to our actual Facebook, or if you're doing on Instagram, you can go to the grid, and we're going to be intentional about whose pages we go and comment on. So a lot of times people will say, hey, I'm going to go spend time, commenting, and they just start to scroll. You see the same people's stuff over and over. So if you work from a top 10 list, if you work from like a hot list, if you work from some sort of list, like a top 10 or a hot list or anything like that, then go be intentional with those. So let's just say that all of you ladies were on that list. I would go to Donna's page. I would go to Tabitha's page. I would go to Vanessa's page. And I would genuinely make a comment on one or two things that they posted. And if I'm conversating with them, I may drop them an inbox too about something. So for example, I saw today somebody share these really cool elf-like things that their elf was doing at their house. And I was like, oh, this is great. So I commented on it, but then I went to the inbox and said, thank you for sharing those. It's such cool ideas. Like your elf's having so much fun, and then I got to ask them about something else we had been having a conversation about. So just sort of use that. Like you can take it a step further to get to know someone a little bit more. Again, being very genuine and really building relationships that know, like, and trust factor. Again, if it's someone you want to follow up with, make sure that you put them on your follow-up schedule, because that is truly like where people fall through the cracks, is that we'll message them or we'll talk to them and then we never follow up with them. It's like, I can't remember the statistics, but it's like 97% of people don't follow up. And you may follow up once, but you don't follow up 3 times and 4 times. It's because we are constantly being marketed to. It used to be 8 to 12 times before someone made a sale. Now it's like 18 to 22 times that they need to have correlation. That doesn't mean 18 messages, but it may mean a message and they see a post and they do those sort of things. So just realize everywhere we go, we are being marketed to, and so are the people that you're connecting with. So we have to like constantly be that billboard, be in their face, not necessarily about our product, but just be there building that relationship so they get to know you. All right. So I'll set the timer and we will go and work on building relationships through making comments on people's posts. Donna, tell Randy I said hey. All right, you guys, that is time. All right, so now we are going to go make a post. If you haven't made a post today, or if this is your normal time to make a post, now would be a great time to do it. If this is not an ideal time for you to make a post, other things that you can do during this is to go look at your last 2 or 3 posts and to make sure if people have commented that you respond back to their comments, even if it's like someone on your team or somebody just leaving a general comment or emoji or something like that, respond back to them. And then what I would do is if you've completed that and you're not making a post, what you can do is go to your stories or your actual post and see who likes it or who watches your stories, and make sure that these are all warm market people that you are really engaging with them. If you're looking for some ideas to post about, it is, let me see here. Let me look at my Trello board. So I will tell you, tomorrow is National Cookie Day, National Sock Day. It is Fake Fur Friday. That's fun, right? National Bartender Day. I don't know. You could talk about Thrive helping with hangovers. I don't know. I mean, that's what I hear at least. But you can, but like today, you could talk about, just something that you haven't spoken about lately. Thursday, it could be transformation. It could be thankful. You can do an engaging post if you're planning to put a product post up tomorrow. If you're going for the 200K paycheck for the next 3 months, then I would definitely be, if you haven't posted something talking about how this product has made you personally feel, talk about 1 or 2 things. Is it sleep? Is it energy? Is it something along those lines? I would speak directly to that. And a good rule of thumb that I always like to share when you're like posting is to replace the word I with you, and really think about talking to your ideal client as if you're like telling them a story or you're painting their story for them. We certainly use I in a lot of our posts, but if you can just flip the I, because it's easy to write in the I format, like if you can just flip that and make it more about them. So I will set the timer and we'll get to work on a post or engagement. Oh, that's great, Vanessa. Vanessa just said it's National Roof Over Your Head. That's that's actually a great post. I wish I would have known that this morning. Thank you. That's awesome. But you guys, when you find something out like that, like you can always post about it the next day and say, hey, I completely missed National Roof Over Your Head Day. Like it was yesterday. Did you know there is such a thing? And then you can still make a post about it. So thank you for letting us know. Okay, you guys. So the last thing that we're going to finish up with is we are going to go inside a group. Normally during this time, I will say like choose one of the groups that you're actively working in and meeting people. This time right now, because of we're doing the 12 days of giveaway, we really all need to be spending, we all should be spending time in our customer groups anyway, because that is how people truly see is when we're posting and we're engaging. But right now with the 12 days of giveaways, I would definitely go in there. And now that the post has been up all day, go and see what of your customers have posted and respond to them. Maybe say something funny. I will tell you this year, I am keeping track of everyone that is commenting, because if I have someone that comments, 8 out of the 12 days or 10 out of the 12 days, but they don't actually win anything from the big group, I want to be able to reach out and maybe offer them something, maybe a discount or an extra product or something along those lines. So we're going to spend this last 10 minutes in our customer group. Okay. Also, if you guys don't have a list of people you've added into the customer group, I would keep track of that as well. I do it on Trello. I have just a little label that has our group name. And so when I'm working in that group, it's really easy. I can just search that label and it pulls everyone up. And so I can just go and start tagging them. If you don't have a list yet, then just block off some time over the weekend and go and like search through and see who you've added in there, which is what I had to do as well, because I didn't keep track for a long time. So, all right. Okay, you guys, that wraps up the working Zoom. So I hope that this was helpful. Just as a reminder, we have working Zooms 5:45 a.m., 8 a.m., and 8:30 p.m. all Eastern time. And then this Saturday there is two different boot camp workshops, one at 10, one at 10:30. I can't remember the exact topic, but you can check the announcements. And then there is a unit on United We Thrive team page that all the boot camp trainings are going up. And all of these topics, y'all, are things that we're building sort of a training boot camp series for, not only for us, but for new people. So, if Donna has a new teammate that wants to learn how to have social media buckets and what they should be posting about on social media, she can go and direct her to that training. And that's sort of what it's meant is going to be meant for, is a really like training vault that you guys can plug people into and that we can plug ourselves into. So if you haven't watched them, they're definitely worth it. They're all about 20 minutes long with about 10 minutes of Q&A. If there's a topic that you don't see in there, ask your direct leader and just ask them like, hey, is this a topic? And we'll, if it's not something, we certainly can definitely train on it. So I think that they're going for until right before Christmas. So there's usually one on Wednesday night and two on Saturday. So and then we'll have the team huddle on Sunday. So I hope this was helpful. I'm sure you guys got a lot done, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for being on with me tonight. Bye, guys.